Hello, and welcome back to story time. All right, thanks to my niece, who is very lovingly letting me borrow some of her books, story time can continue. Okay, get into your comfy, cozy spot, because I have a new one. Well, new one for me. Toot and Puddle. Toot and Puddle. Okay. Toot and Puddle lived together in Woodcock Pocket. It was such a perfect place to be that Puddle never wanted to go anywhere else. Toot, on the other hand, loved to take trips. He had been to Cape Cod, the Grand Canyon, and the Redwood Forests. One day in January, Toot decided to set off on his biggest trip ever. He decided to see the world. "Do you want to come along?" he asked Puddle. "We could start with someplace warm and wild." Puddle preferred to stay home. "I love snow," he thought. I see a postcard. Dear Puddle, I've made some new friends in Africa. Is winter getting boring? Toot. And I see on the postmark it says February. Meanwhile, presenting Puddle, a pocket pond. Dear Puddle, Egypt is awesome. The pyramids are the greatest. Wish you could meet me at the oasis. Your friend, Toot. And this was in March. March meant maple syrup. Puddle wished Toot were there to taste the pancakes. Dear Puddle, can you believe I'm in the Solomon Islands? They're in the Pacific Ocean. I spend all day underwater. I love being in a school of fish. Has spring come yet? Your pal, Toot. And that's in April. Yes, spring had arrived. Puddle was having mud season. Yay! And the bathtub has writing on it. It says, "I love mud." Hi, Puds. Am I in India, or is this a dream? It's your birthday, May 3rd. Hope your party is the best. Friends forever. Toot. Back at Woodcock Pocket, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny. Dear Puddle, help! Mountain climbing is scarier than jumping out of a plane. Remember when I talked you into going parachuting? Your friend in the Alps, Toot. And that was written in June. Puddle remembered. Dear Puddle, you would love Matador Camp. The bull's name is Dandio. Bravo from Spain, Toot. And that was written in July. In July, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. Every time he jumped in, he cheered, "Olé!" Dear Puddle, August is cold in Antarctica, but I've made more friends here than anywhere yet. Are you going to the beach this year? I miss you. Do you miss me? Friends forever, Toot. And that was written in August. Yes, Puddle missed his friend. Dear Pudzer, bonjour from Paris. Art is everywhere. Love is in the air. Au revoir, Toot. And that was written in September. I love art, thought Puddle. Dear Pudzio, Italy is heaven. It's one big treat. Your friend, Tootzio. And that was written in October. Meanwhile, it was Halloween in Woodcock Pocket. Puddle decided to be horrifying. One morning in November, Toot woke up and thought, it's time to go home. Yay! Toot's coming! December called for celebration. Here's to all your adventures around the world, said Puddle. Here's to all your adventures right at home, said Toot. And here's to being together again, Toot and Puddle. December called for celebration. Here's to all your adventures around the world, said Puddle. Here's to all your adventures right at home, said Toot. And here's to being together again, Toot and Puddle said at the same time. Toot was happy to be back in his own bed, and Puddle was happy too. I wonder if it will snow all night, Puddle said. I hope so, said Toot. Then we'll go sliding, said Puddle. And skiing, said Toot. Good night, Toot. Good night, Puddle. As always, thank you for joining me here for story time. I'll keep on reading.